Hello. Quickly, let's talk about one important thing, which is mastering feedback. The truth is, I am also guilty of some of the things I'll be mentioning, but I think as I get better, it's important that I share what I've been able to do over the past few years to handle some of this. Now, when it comes to feedback, it is very easy for us to be personal. And to be honest, of course, it should be personal because it's a feedback for you. But the thing is, putting all of those together, you need to really understand the essence of the feedback in the first place. And that's what this video is all about. So we're going to be talking about 5 things you should pay attention to in order for you to really make sense out of any feedback at any point in time. The first on my list is listening. Now, the funny thing is when people try to engage us and give us feedback, the first thing we try to do is to distract ourselves. Sometimes some of these distractions are not even intentional, but by default, we just get distracted. So the first thing you want to do when someone tries to give you feedback, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, just try to really listen to what the person is trying to say. In other words, let the person finish talking. I struggle with this a lot sometimes, especially when I hear someone try to give me feedback that isn't true. There's just this default part of me that want to respond almost immediately. But something I try to do these days is to just allow the person voice out what they have in mind. Maybe sometime along the line, I'm able to tell the person what I am doing in order to mitigate that particular situation. So pretty much, when next someone comes to you, try to listen to them. Just allow them finish what they have to say. And not just that, make sure you listen to them, give them a very close eye contact and make them understand you really value their feedbacks. The next point is stay calm and be open-minded. Now, you need to understand that before that person came to you, the person must have thought of it multiple times. Now, someone encouraged to come to you, they deserve to be listened to. So before you start wearing that energetic aspect of you, just stay calm and be open-minded. Understand that every feedback is an opportunity to improve or to learn about yourself, because sometimes we have this perception of ourselves that isn't totally true. But when we hear feedback from people, it's always an avenue to learn other perception about ourselves. So stay calm and listen. Number 3 on my list is ask for clarification. Now, the greatest mistake you will do is assuming or misinterpreting feedbacks. And that's why I always mention that it is important to understand the essence of the conversation. One very bad mistake you make is just concluding what the person isn't saying. So if there's need for you to ask questions multiple times, try it. In fact, there are situations where I ask questions and sometimes at the end of the day, the person giving me the feedback realized that the feedback doesn't even really matter. But when you don't seek to ask questions for clarity, sometimes the way people put things to you may not be the way it seems to you. So ask for clarity so that even if you're going to fix anything, you're more or less paying attention to the right thing and attacking that thing just like you will do. Number 4 on my list is reflect and assess. Now, before you respond, try to reflect on the feedback. Just process it for a while, alright, and try to really understand before you respond. And to be honest, at this point, you're trying to set the record right, whether such person should come to you or not. So just relax and try to reflect on that feedback and see the most possible way to respond. Don't be too eager to respond. In fact, in some cases, you may even tell the person, "Oh, thank you, I'll get back to you," or "Let me just reflect on it for a while and we can discuss this later." Using those kind of approach give people the impression that they can walk up to you and advise you at every point in time. And every time when you reflect on some of this feedback, just always understand if those feedback align with your goal. For instance, when somebody walk up to you and say you don't keep a welcoming face and sometimes they don't even know how to approach you, Now, if your goal is to become a life coach, it means that you need to be approachable. So you need to find every way to make sure that you're approachable and people can find that confidence to walk up to you and have that conversation. Finally, express gratitude whenever somebody comes to you for feedback. Like I said, whether it is negative or positive, at the end of your response, just express how grateful you are. Remember, you didn't force them to come to you anyways. They can choose to keep quiet and not even say anything. So them coming to you is out of love or respect for what you do. So giving them that accolade and appreciating them doesn't cost you anything. So learn to appreciate people who bring feedback to you and watch them come to you and even support you even further. And that's how we wrap it up on this one. If you like this tip, subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social media handles. Until next time, see you in the next one.